Angela Yee announced today that she's leaving the Breakfast Club. And what do I think about this? So, first of all, I've been following the Breakfast Club since it came out way back in 2010. So, I've seen that show grow from the start to finish. I wasn't a hardcore follower of the show, but I would catch an interview or two every month, or maybe a few, depending on the people they interviewed. I'll say this that Charlemagne is great at interviewing people. He has great interviewing skills. That show caught my attention because of him in the first place, to be honest. Since he would say some crazy stuff that was kind of insane at times. I felt he was kind of like a troll when I first started watching him. So that's what kind of got me hooked into the show. When I would see them, it was mainly to see what Charlemagne would say when he would be interviewing people, and just the rest of the group was kind of like his supporting cast, I would say. Like they were like his role players while he was like the star of the show. Granted, every now and then DJ Envy would say something interesting and Angela Yee would have her moments, but I've always felt that the show revolves around Charlemagne mainly. It's about him. Without Charlemagne, the show would not work. I don't think people would even bother to watch the interviews because again, Charlemagne just has great interviewing skills. So Angela Yee, without Charlemagne, I don't think she would stick out. So that's why I find it very interesting that she's getting a new deal to have her own show. I think on the same platform that hosts the Breakfast Club. I think it's I Love Radio or something. I forget the name of the company. They're gonna give her her own show. Granted, it could succeed if their demographic is to just reach out to other women who would be into watching her interview other people. I'm sure it could work out in that regard, and they could possibly find her entertaining. But I've never really found Angela Yee entertaining or insightful when watching The Breakfast Club. Just any of the things that she had to say. I never cared to wonder like what she was gonna ask whoever they were interviewing on whatever whatever person that they were interviewing. I meant to say just I never really cared to hear what she had to say. I know I sound repetitive, but it just didn't seem insightful to me. And at times, I'm not gonna lie, that when they were really big time guests, important guests, that I wanted to actually get to know more about how they felt on certain issues. And I would see like a conversation building up between the guest and Charlemagne, or even DJ Envy at times, that I see momentum building up, that there's the conversation is going to take a jump and it's going to become something epic. I felt at times that Angela Yee actually killed the momentum, that she would interrupt or just say ask a dumb question, which really was pretty trivial, nothing really interesting, and it would just dumb down the momentum. So I never found her entertaining in any way where I cared to hear what she had to say. But maybe she will succeed in this new endeavor. She could possibly succeed because there's a large demographic of women that want to hear another woman having influence, whether in media, whether it's radio or podcasts or whatnot. I'm sure she'll have her demographic, but I can say for sure I will not be tuning in to any of her interviews, even if it's a guest or celebrity I like. I don't see her pulling out anything worth seeing. So it'll be interesting to see how long she can last without Charlemagne. I just feel she's a role player while Charlemagne was the superstar of the show. And I also feel the Breakfast Club will be fine without her. I think she'll be easy to replace. They'll find some other random woman to replace her and the show will be fine. I compare it to First Take when they lost Carrie Champion, and people were kind of concerned if First Take would still be good after Carrie Champion left. But at the end of the day, we knew the stars of that show was Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, and they did fine without her. They replaced her with, I forget her name. God, it slips my mind right now. Who they replaced? Molly. Yeah, they replaced her with Molly, and the show has been pretty much the same since then. Grand Skip left, but I always feel like these female hosts. I'm not saying that women can't be great hosts, But I'm saying like if they're a moderator, it's pretty easy to replace them because they don't really have strong viewpoints or talking points. A moderator can be replaced. A moderator to me is like a role player on a championship team. You can always change role players, but you can't change superstars. So I just apply that to the show with the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne. Charlemagne's the superstar. As long as he's there, the show will be fine. I actually do wonder who they'll replace Angela Yee with. Who will be the new person? I think that'll be interesting to see who they pull up, but I guarantee you that show will still do great and they won't miss a beat with her being gone. But we'll see how it turns out for all sides of it. Charlemagne, Angela Yee, and even DJ Envy. I think DJ Envy will still stay on the show long term, but you never know. Things can happen. So that's all I have to say about this.